Good morning, everyone. I'm Reverend Vanessa of Bea Bruja, and this is my first ever YouTube channel. I'll be on here once a week doing live streams about different things. I'm a spiritual coach that specializes in spiritual and psychic awakenings and strengthening your sixth sense and spiritual ability in whatever unique abilities you may have. I'm also a tarot reader and a professional witch. Yes, I do spell casting. I've been told I'm okay with it. Um, if you want to book a reading with me, obviously you can go to www.bea-bruja.com. The link will be in the description below. And that is about it. So I do these Sunday inspirationals. I was doing them on Facebook Live. I'm doing them here now, and it's like church without the heavy Jesus proselytizing content. Um, I don't believe that people should be forced into any one path. That's not appropriate. So, what I'm here to do is to teach you some tips and tricks to help you get started today in regards to your spiritual abilities. So, let's begin. Today, I wanted to talk about nutrition and the importance of nutrition. Eating well fuels our body, but and it's pretty common in America. I would say it's not as common everywhere else, but we live in a society where it's fast food and overly processed foods, and that's not healthy. Now, I have been reading some different books and whatnot right now. I started the Kundalini yoga book, and he suggests going vegetarian, I think almost vegan, on a when doing Kundalini spiritual work. I don't know if that is accurate or appropriate. Um, there are things that you miss out going when you go vegan or vegetarian, such as B vitamins. Those are things that only you can only get from animal flesh. I am more of the proponent of eat local as much as you can. And if you can afford it, if you can afford it, always try to eat organic. Organic is expensive, so if you can't eat organic, eat as healthy as you can. Don't eat McDonald's. Don't eat processed foods. Don't eat a ton of refined sugary foods. Um, Albeit we I'm speaking from a place of semi privilege here because I'm in a situation where if we're going to spend money on something, it's going to be good food. It's going to be high quality food. And I this is what I do full time. I don't really bring in the money. My partner does, and he brings in enough money where high quality food is what we're eating. He's not going to spend his money on um the latest and greatest whatever when a good cut of steak and organic chicken is a better investment. So I will I fully own the fact that I speak from a place of privilege when I say this. But if you can, it is best to eat healthy. Now, if you cannot eat like really healthy when you're doing spiritual training, when you're doing spiritual work, it is you want to follow a 90-10 rule. When you feel like you've mastered it and you have the strength for it, then you go down to an 80-20. Um, but it is 90-10 for when you're when you're going through a spiritual training or spiritual awakening. If you're going to eat, if you're going to, if you have to, if you can't eat, if you can't afford high quality meats and high quality, high quality like organic vegetables and avoiding the dirty dozen and whatnot, if you can't do that, which that's perfectly understandable. That we do not live in a society that cares more about what you put into your body, and they force you more to bring put out. Go to your or try to shop, obviously shop local. If you're in Cleveland, shop the West Side Market and do a mostly vegetarian diet. Obviously, research is important. Make sure you're taking a vitamin supplement, B12. Do liquid B12s because then you're more likely to get more of the B12 vitamin than you would if you were to do a like powdered B12 or a pill form. Um, and try to eat a more vegetarian diet with a little sparing of meat. Because, and the reason I say this is that the energy when you are eating the flesh of an animal, when you are eating um, that cow, that chicken, that lamb, you are taking in their energetic experiences. So if they were so when you're buying a chicken at Save a Lot or uh whatever, like Bob's Discount Groceries or Mes Salve, you're more likely to get a chicken that has suffered its entire life, and you're taking in that energy, and that's not good. So you do want to take in more of and if you can grow a garden, that's even better. Like I do not have a green thumb, so I will never. Um, I also don't live in an area where having a garden is feasible for me. I rent my home, and I rent my home in the Sonoran Desert in downtown. I'm not having a garden, and I don't even have a green thumb to have a garden. It's just that's just that. But if you can have a garden, grow what you can eat. Um, if you can raise chickens, I have friends that raise chickens. Raise what you can eat because then you know what energies you're putting into it. Now, if you have friends that do that, definitely look to them to ask about like a bartering situation or an exchange of some kind. That way, you're getting the best quality and you know where it's coming from. You know how these animals are treated. Um, but if you have to shop at a Save a Lot or something, try to lean more towards plant-based proteins and supplementing that with a multivitamin, liquid multivitamin if you can do it. Uh, just a vitamin brand you can trust if you can't. And put your efforts into a good nutrition, because when you are eating well, you are fueling your body and you are fueling your spirit. And you have to have a balance in your body in order for spirit to truly function at its highest level, because it's all interconnected. Your body, your mind, your spirit, it's all interconnected. And therefore, your diet is interconnected. There are links to diet and exercise being linked to things like depression and anxiety. Um, and if you are doing those things, you obviously, obviously, you want to, it's if if you find that your diet affects your mood, it obviously affects your spirituality. Um, if you are feeling that like a heavy 9.99 meal from McDonald's makes you fucking fall asleep, obviously it affects your spirit. It's making your spirit heavy. If it makes you heavy, it makes your spirit heavy, and it makes your mind clouded and makes it hard to do the work. So, again, it's suggested that if you can't afford to eat a good quality meat, go as vegetarian as possible. I'm asking a lot out of people when I tell them this, but it is true. If you do a vegetarian diet, then do that. One of the things I do tell people is don't drink dairy. Um, and the reason I say don't drink dairy is because it's a very heavy and um, I guess the term is big protein, and it's too much for our bodies to take, and it's really not something our bodies are meant to take. And it's something you want to you want to move towards a alternative milk. Um, and look at the vitamin D contents on those alternative milks. Almond milk, oat milk. If you like your milk, if you like that frothy milk with your coffee, oat milk is perfect for that. If you can get a full fat oat milk, you can get your frothy milk with your coffee. But oat milk, almond milk, I don't suggest soy. I actually don't suggest soy or tofu as a protein source or a milk source under most circumstances, because it fucks with your hormones. Soy has a progesterone and a plant estrogen that can mimic human estrogen, and it is best not to do that when you're doing spiritual work. So stick to your nut milks, your nut and pea milks. Pea milk is great. Ripple is a pea milk. PEA, not PEE, PEA milk. And Ripple is a great brand. It's really sweet. If you get the sweetened, if you get unsweetened, it's not that bad. And I don't know if it tastes really good with coffee, but I don't know if it can foam. Speaking of coffee, I'm going to be a hypocrite in this moment. Really don't want to do a lot in the way of caffeine. I'm a hypocrite. um, I love my coffee. I love my caffeine. I do drink after my coffee, usually around lunchtime. I'll have a Celsius or an Alani, and no, you shouldn't be doing that. No, I shouldn't be doing that. I am totally being a hypocrite in this moment, by saying you really want to reduce your caffeine intake. If you are like me and you are addicted to your caffeine, it is the love of your life, your soulmate, and everything in between. I'd sell my 29th born for a cup of coffee. Never my firstborn, just my 29th born. Um, but you shouldn't do coffee because it makes it harder to control the energies and to control your magic. Because you get scattered, and you can scatter yourself, and that's not good. I would suggest drinking, if you're addicted to coffee, black tea, do a breakfast tea in the morning, and a green tea midday. And if you need something hot at night, an herbal tea at night. Valerian tea is fantastic to do at night. Um, there's a lot of sleepy time brand teas, but look at what that is and look what's in it. Don't do melatonin. Don't do melatonin because it interferes with your body's natural function. Taking melatonin actually interferes with your body's natural function unless your body does not create melatonin for some reason already. You don't want to take melatonin if you don't have to. So don't take the melatonin because it actually does damage to your psychic abilities. It again weighs you down and it makes it harder to, if you do astral projection work or anything like that, it makes it harder for you to remember what you did because it affects your memories and it affects your sight. Um, some good protein sources, and this is coming from my boyfriend, by the way, is and me, are beans, obviously, broccoli. That was a new one on me. I learned that like a month ago from my boyfriend. Broccoli is fantastic, and mushrooms. Mushrooms are a fantastic protein source. As a matter of fact, incorporate mushrooms in your diet because there's a lot of benefits to mushrooms that are both neurotropic and heart healthy, and they're just fantastic. Fun guys are fun guys, honestly. So definitely do mushrooms as a protein source, beans as a protein source, obviously. They're a fantastic protein source, but if you're paleo, obviously you want to avoid that. I don't suggest doing paleo. I know a lot of people do paleo, but don't do paleo. And most importantly, keep in mind what your allergies are and how how the food makes you feel. Everybody is going to be different and everybody is going to be unique. And you have to do what is best for you. If you can't afford a good quality food, that's fine, but try to cook as much as you can at home and try to get mostly produce, try to get food you recognize as food. Don't get something with malodextrum or like if the ingredient label the rule of thumb when eating for for energy work and psychic nutrition is if it looks like a paragraph that you would find in an essay about that you would find if it looks like a paragraph that you would find in a medical journal, probably shouldn't eat it, or in a scientific review of some kind. Probably put it down. Just put it down. There's too many people who put too many hands in it, and there's too much energy in it. There's too many of the unknown energies in it. Put it back. Put it down. Don't touch it. Reach for things that have easily pronounced energies because easily pronounced things because then you know at least there's a reduced chance of 6 million people putting their hands all over it. Um, when you do get your vegetables home, you want to wash them. You want to thank thank the spirits of every person who got that vegetable to you as you're washing it, and you want to thank the vegetable. Have a conversation with the vegetable, maybe of just the energies of the vegetables. You can't do that with dead meat. That's just how it is. But you can do that with a vegetable. It's easier to do it with a vegetable than it is to do it with dead meat. So You can adjust the energies to the vegetables by washing it, scrubbing it, blessing it. Um, Spring water is best, but if you can't get spring water because let's be honest, spring water can be fucking expensive. Uh, regular tap, regular tap water that you've blessed is just as effective. So to recap, high quality foods. If you can't do high quality foods, mostly vegetarian. When you are training or preparing for rituals, 90-10. When it's just your everyday life and you're just blah, 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 and around 80-20 of healthy eating. Don't be like me. Reduce your caffeine content. When it comes to your produce, your fruits and veggies, wash and bless them and thank the source. And ask the source to bless those who got you that to give you that got you there, got that food to your house. Okay, so this is the part where I do meditation. And if you have been walking around and doing whatever this whole time while I've been talking and blah, 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 this is the part where you actually want to finish up what you're doing, take a seat, light incense if that's your bag, a candle if that's your bag, nothing at all if that's your bag, but take a seat because I'm going to ask you for the next 10 minutes to take this time for yourself. Okay? Okay. So let's take a seat, get into a comfortable position, whether it's in a chair, lying down, cross legged, however you feel best. Place your hands at your sides or on your lap. Let's take some deep breaths here. So, we're going to do 6 of these. In for 4. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 4, 2, 3, 4. Release for 4, 2, 3, 4. Very good, folks. Keep focus on your breath. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. And release, 2, 3, 4. Very, very good. Again. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Release, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Release, 2, 3, 4. Two more times. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Release, 2, 3, 4. One last time. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Release, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, place your focus on your mind's eye. And as you're focusing on your mind's eye, go and feel yourself lift into spirit. You are entering a realm of knowledge and intuition. As you enter this realm of knowledge and intuition, you are greeted by your court. These are your guardian angels and your spirit guides and your beloved ancestors, and even your spirit animals. All surround and greet you with joy and exuberance and happiness. They are so glad you have joined them for today's feast to honor you and your gifts. As you walk with them, you begin to see a table rise above, rise in front of you, getting bigger and bigger. And at this table is laid a feast of all the foods and delectables that you could possibly enjoy at this time for you to help you grow in your spiritual gifts. They seat you at the head of the table and begin to serve you all the foods you will need at this time, at this point, to help you in your growth. What is it that lays before you? What is it that they serve you at this time for your food, for you, for your health, for your soul? Pay close attention to this. Take your time and note all of it. Ask questions if it's unusual or unique and you've never seen it before. If it's a recipe, ask your beloved court what it is that they made you, how it is it came to be in existence. How do you make it? What do you need to make it? Focus on all of it and pay very, very close attention. I will leave you now to enjoy this feast, and I will return to bring you back to your soul, to bring your soul back to your body in a moment. But for now, focus. See what it is that the spirits have asked of you to take on to fuel yourself on this part of your journey. Okay, it's time to come back to us now. Thank your spirits. Remember all that they've given you. Know that they'll be there to help you if you falter or forget. You are tempted to eat something you know that is not right for you at this time. Let them guide you back to where you began. And as you find yourself at the starting point, you feel yourself fall back into your body. And as you enter back into your body, take a couple of deep breaths, remembering all they have taught you and all that you have learned in that moment. Let's take a couple of deep breaths in and out, in and out. Now that you're back into your body, wiggle your toes to get back at your your feet. Scrunch your feet now. Roll your ankles. First one way and then the other. Pump your calves up to make sure you're feeling in your calves. Pump your legs up now. Pump up your thighs, pushing them, moving your feet and legs all up, all your feet and legs up and down to feel your feet and legs. Now squeeze your butt, release your butt, squeeze your butt, release your butt. Ladies, if you could squeeze your Kegels, do some Kegel exercises. Just feel yourself in your back in your body. Squeeze, wiggle your fingers and your thumbs. Shake your arms and roll your head. Take a deep breath, and when you are ready, open your eyes. Welcome back. I hope that you got some wonderful information and that you're able to take that with you. I like to end, as I will every Sunday inspirational going forward, with a card reading because I am a tarot reader. I started off as a tarot reader at a very young age in sixth grade. Um, and I continue to do tarot readings. If you would like to get a tarot reading done from me, of course, www.bea-bruja.com. I will never ask you for money on Facebook, on YouTube, and I will never reach out to you in regards to readings and whatnots. That is not who I am. When I do readings, I I let you reach out to me. Only on Thumbtack will I ever reach out to somebody. That's thumbtack.com, and that's where I'll reach out to people for readings. I will never do it through Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. If you find that you are being reached out as somebody from Bea Bruja for readings and such, that's not me. But if you want to reach out to me, beabruja.com. Again, the link will be in the descriptions. And let's end with a reading today. So, I want you to focus on what it is you need to take with you this week in regards to this talk. What is it that Spirit says you are missing in your lexicon of yumminess and party in your mouth food that needs to be invited to said party? What is it that's going to help you? And there's a couple of cards that just flipped up on me. I got three. I got the Emperor, the Ten of Swords reversed, and the Tower reversed. So, for this reading, for what it's supposed to mean, it's you want more bold flavors, more fish, and more plants. I don't think that we, as the American society, I can't speak for all Americans and Puerto Ricans. Come on, we put meat in our rice for crying out loud. We don't eat enough plants, so eat more plants. Since it's the Tower in reverse, I'm going with eat more root vegetables. We are coming into the colder climate season, so root vegetables are going to be your ones that hold up better. Obviously. So eat something that's bolder. Add more bold flavors into your diet, especially this winter diet. Get some things that make you sneeze a little bit because definitely clears up the sinuses and whatnot. Um, Eat more fish, more water-based plants, watercress, seaweed, fish for sure, because it's a good source of omega-3s and omega-6s, and for those, um, and it's that those are heart healthy fats that also are fantastic for the brain, and more root vegetables. The season is calling for it anyways. You might as well. Carrots, turnips. If you've ever made mashed turnips, it tastes a lot like mashed potatoes. Um, I fed it to my aunt once, and she is one of those people who's really picky. She's a very meat and potatoes kind of person. I fed it to my aunt. She never knew. So definitely do turnips. Um, and stews. Do some stews. Uh, so yeah. If you have any questions for me, of course, feel free to let me know. And then if you happen to like what you see here today, definitely like. I'm not going to tell you to subscribe, but yeah, subscribe because then it'll start popping up in more people's feeds, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how this works. Um, just, you know, do you, buddy. Do you, buddy. But I hope you have a great day. I hope you eat well. And I hope you're able to, in turn, feed somebody well. Blessings.